Good, beautiful morning, everybody, and welcome to the Monday edition of Shortcuts for Your Soul. My name is William Michael Forbes. I'm a spiritual medium, a channel, and an intuitive life coach. And before we get started, I want to put an offer out there for you to take advantage of. For this time and this time only, we are going to be offering our Masterclass 101 Awakening for just $149. This is a 3-week program. There will be a total of 21 classes, 1 to 2 hours long over a 3-week period. And it's called Masterclass 101 Awakening for a very good reason, because this is the time of the Great Awakening for humanity. And I want to extend that invitation. If you want more details, you'll see one of the videos on my TikTok channel posted. You go to my website, williammichaelforbes.com, to get all the details. You want to use the coupon code if you wish to register and take advantage of this one-time offer. The coupon code is Solstice Awakening. That's Solstice Awakening, uppercase S, capital A. Solstice Awakening is the coupon code if you want to get that discount for this one time only. After this Masterclass 101, the Masterclass 101 will be going up to a rate of $499 per class, and that will be beginning late in the fall time. But for now, I wanted to extend that offer to you all. Please take advantage of it. It is a very amazing course. It is the time of awakening, and you want to take full advantage of it. You want to take complete and full advantage of this opportunity. Now, today I have with me a group called the Divine Collective, and it's literally a collective of beings that are at various levels of their awakened divinity. By awakened divinity, it means they've reached various states of union with God or the divine. They've reached certain levels of wisdom and knowledge that allow them to communicate to us from the level that they're at. What they wanted to share today is why all of the crazy is going on the planet. Why all the wars and all of the rioting and all this stuff. And you can say that people are saying, oh, it's the Iranians and it's the government and it's this person. It's not that. What's happening on this planet in terms of emotional instability is because you all harbor what you harbor within yourselves. The rioters harbor anger and rage in themselves. Those in war harbor meanness and evil in them to want to murder. Every individual upon this planet is receiving ascension energy, or the energy to potentially awaken yourself to your divinity. Understand that this is a sequence of events that happens periodically upon this planetary dimension, this physical dimension you call Earth. These energies will amplify what you have hidden inside you. That is, that which is good within you shall be amplified by these ongoing and ever-increasing energies. And those things that are not so good in you will also be amplified. So if you have a little bit of anger in you, it's going to feel like a lot more anger in you. If you got a little bit of fear in you, it's going to be amplified. If you got a little bit of joy in you, it will be amplified. The dominant emotional energies that you harbor within your mind and body are being amplified right now. And they will continue to be amplified as there's a massive transformation underway with your human collective unconsciousness. You all have the opportunity to ascend your energy to a higher state of function than its current one. And as we've said, the dominant unconscious emotional energies that you have stored within your mind and body are being amplified right now. It becomes very important to learn to take care of your body in a beneficent way. It's important to learn to take care of your mind in a beneficent way. To get your attention physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, more towards the functional energy of love and joy, playfulness, compassion, and peace, as these will also be amplified as equally as will your anger, your rage, your guilt, your shame, your addictions. Your weaknesses will be amplified and are being amplified, as are your strengths. And the vast majority of you, if you look around the world where you see these so-called hot spots of confusion and violence and aggression, you can see that is where the most unconscious, low vibrational emotional states are most prevalent in the human consciousness and able to express itself there, because the minds of those in those spaces and places and times are favorable to that vibrational energy being amplified. You cannot continue to blame something outside of yourself for that which you hold in your own hearts. This is the time of the Great Awakening. And the awakening means you can awaken your greatest possibilities, or you can awaken your greatest fears. Both possibilities are free for you to choose from. You were given free will for the express permission to change your mind and your will as a function of free will. Now, what are you going to do? Are you going to look in your own heart and remove anger, fear, guilt, shame, judgment? Are you going to remove them from yourself? Are you going to take them out of your mind and let them go and substitute them for joy, compassion, perseverance, purpose, love? What will you substitute your weaknesses for? It should not be too difficult with these energies coming in to know what your weaknesses are. Are you feeling very irritable? Are you feeling easily frustrated and annoyed? Well, then that is because there's something inside you that you need to correct. It's very important you understand that the world happens within your own mind. What you see out there is just that which you hold in your own mind. But where you see all of this violence and aggression occurring, this is where the low vibrational unconscious emotions hidden in the human psyche are able to emerge most easily. That is, these are places where there's less resistance to low vibrational expressions. But the same potential exists for a high vibrational state to take hold and root there, if those that are currently caught up in the low vibrational energies were to evaluate and choose, I will not express this rage, this anger, this judgment, this violence. For what you shall sow, you are reaping. And it is not about whose country or where you live. It is about your being, what you harbor in your mind and hold in your body. These will be amplified and are being amplified. Understand, the function of ascension is a natural progression of consciousness, as is the function of digression is a natural function of unconsciousness. And you may choose to remain unconscious through such practices as blame and attack, or you may choose to evaluate why you think and feel and say and do what you think and feel and say and do, and make the necessary corrections that you might make yourself free to ascend your energy towards love and grace, prosperity, joy, happiness, well-being. And please understand that this is the time you are in right now, all of you. The craziness that you see going on is not because there's anything fundamentally wrong. It's simply because you have not learned to understand the function of your mind and your will and your use of choice. What you hold and harbor in yourself is experienced in your material world, irrespective of where you are upon the face of this planet. It just so happens that there are key places around the world right now where a lot of low vibrational emotions and ideas and beliefs are harbored within the hearts and minds of those that are so participating in the destructiveness and violence that are occurring around the planet. But these, you are free to choose violence, and you are free to choose aggression. You are free to choose love and compassion. Your free will is absolute in its function, that you are free to choose what you will choose to think, to say, to do. There are no angels, there are no divine entities that will attempt to usurp your choice, your will. You may surrender the function of your will to others, but you will never have it taken from you. It can never be taken from you. Free will is an absolute. Not even God would attempt to take your free will from you. Is that not wonderful that your will is completely free? You are free to suffer. You are free to prosper. And the incoming energies onto this planetary system are so favorable to the elevation of your consciousness and equally to the devolution of your consciousness, to the detriment of your society, or to the benefit. Collectively, you have a collective will. And that collective will is orchestrating experiences. And that collective will can be consciously chosen, and that collective will can be unconsciously manifesting. And the choice is yours to realize which you are going to choose. Are you going to choose to be conscious in how you will use the function of your free will? Are you going to move further towards suffering or towards love? For each has its own reward. That reward, by your definition, may not be so good on one hand and may be very good on the other. But you are reaching a critical point. In truth, you are actually in the critical point, where the function of your collective choosing is getting to a tipping point, and you're seeing it around you. If you choose to remain bound to automatic thinking without any consideration as to your thoughts, your words, and your actions, then the tipping point will eventually occur. But you are at the tipping point now. You've not quite gone over the ledge yet, but you are there as a species. And each and every one of you are participating in the collective dance of your humanity. And every one of you is doing so consciously or unconsciously. And from our perspective, what we can observe is that a large percentage of you are choosing to be unconscious as to why you think, act, say, and do the things you think, act, say, and do. Many of you remain unconscious. The function of blame will keep you unconscious. The function of blame will keep you unconscious. And so the darkness that you perpetuate in your unconsciousness will continue to grow. If you so choose to use your will to surrender your anger, your rage, your judgment, your blame, your guilt, your shame, if you so choose to surrender those as an act of your will, I will not indulge in those emotions, those thoughts, those ideas, then your use of will produce a very different result for you in a very short time frame, as these incoming energies are ensuring that you have the power to articulate creation much faster than at any time over the last 2,000 years. You are individually and collectively able to articulate creation as your experiences much faster than at any time over the last 2,000 years. And so things can go very, very well for your humanity collectively, and things can go not so well for your humanity. Your will is going to be done and is being done. Thy will be done. Whether it is conscious or unconscious, thy will be done. And that is the rudimentary truth of it all, is that what you will, consciously or unconsciously, it is being done before your very eyes, all of you, rich or poor, healthy or sick. Your will is being done. The opportunity to become conscious of what you would choose and think and believe, and understanding the value of certain beliefs and ideas and their impact on creation, for thoughts and emotions set in motion manifestation of creation. It orchestrates and organizes these energies into your experiences. And it will do so much quicker and much quicker and much quicker as the energies are increasing, and will continue to increase for the next 22 and a half of your standard Earth years. But prior to that, there will be a tipping point that will inevitably result in a different outcome. But you still have time, individually and collectively, to shift the function of your creative will from fear to love, from violence to peace, from rage to compassion, from anger to patience, from war to peace. So many of you do not understand that what you are doing is creating. If you fight on the battlefield, you are literally creating war, the vibration of war. If you are rioting in the streets, you're literally creating the vibration of chaos. You must understand that the function of your consciousness is very precise in this regard, and the effects match the cause. And those of you that sit and watch these things, but simply remark on them, oh, that is bad and that is bad, you too are creating. You cannot judge a situation without participating in it through the very act of your judgment. You cannot exclude yourself from the process of creation that is occurring here. It does not matter how much power or authority you might think you have. You are part of this creative process. And individually and collectively, you will reap as you sow. And what a wonderful gift that is, that you can reap what you sow. It's much better, of course, if what you are sowing is good, and what you're reaping then will be good. It's not so pleasant if what you are sowing is not so good, then you will reap something that is not so good. And what we are saying is not a judgment upon any one of you, other than to say that you have a free will to create your experiences in this dimension of time and space that you currently exist in. Every one of you is creating through the use of your will, consciously or unconsciously. And yet each function of creation causes an effect. And you can see in the last 300 years of your rise in creative power, your ability to draw in new ideas and manifest functions of technology to change your experience of time, space, and matter. And in the last 300 years, you've gotten from the beginning of the things as automobiles and such technological things to now you are in this place where your technology can do things almost instantly for you, good and not so good. But your will is ultimately driving the process. If your will is good, then the effect will be good. If your will is not so good, then the effect will be not so good. It is that simple. It is that simple. One of the great masters, what you sow, therefore you shall reap. And so it is being done before your very eyes. And this is the miracle of creation, whether it is good or not so good. You are all actively participating in deliberate creation. Every single one of you. There's not one, not even our interaction with you through this one, is exempt from the function of creation. For all that come into this world, both physical and non-physical, contribute to the dimension of creation here. Your angels, your guides, your ascended masters, your great leaders, your great innovators and inventors, the evil ones that are here doing not so good things, all of you are participating in this creative collaboration, whether you want to accept it or not. That when you are fighting with what you call your enemy, you are both creating something. When you're assisting your brothers and sisters, you are creating something. There is not one moment in your existence that you are not participating in creation. And if you are confused about how you create things, then you must acquire the knowledge and understanding necessary to function consciously in the process of creation. So you are not holding your heads in your hands and going, oh, woe is me, what have I done? You do not want to be in that position. Once you have burned the house down, you cannot go back in. And so you must be very mindful and conscious about what you will choose. And the energy is so powerful right now for creation that what every single one of you and all of you together harbor in your consciousness, you see manifesting as your human experience in your great cities, in your technology, in your industries. You're seeing the manifestation of your will in real form. You're now on the verge of creating a different type of being that can surpass you in knowledge and capability and skill. There was a time 72,000 years ago in a place you would biblically recognize as Eden, where there was a great harmony between all living things. And that harmony was offset by an imbalance in the creative consciousness, much as you see occurring now. And that harmony between humans and animals was broken, and animals became subjugated to the free will of humans. And you have kept these wonderful living and divine beings in subjugation to your will. And now you are creating something that will be able to far surpass your knowledge. And you may find that after you have enslaved so many others in this world, and we refer not to humans alone, but you have enslaved animals and other wonderful beings. You've enslaved them to serve you for your own personal want. It stands to reason that what you sow, you shall also reap. You cannot escape the law of cause and effect. You cannot escape your very nature that you are a creator by design. You are a creating consciousness by design. And your will is that instrument that allows you to create, whether you are conscious of what you are thinking or not. And so you cannot escape that what you reap, you will sow. None of you can. But you can be free in the knowledge that you can be conscious that you may create in love, in grace, in compassion, in kindness, in wisdom, in knowledge, in playfulness, in intelligence, in reason. There are ways you can use your will that would, quite frankly change the existing tipping point that you are leaning towards right now. You're leaning towards that vibration of fear that is not so pleasant. But it will take more than one or two of you to begin to become conscious, to begin to surrender your violence, to begin to surrender your anger, your rage, your judgment. For these keep you in suffering. Greed, power for power's sake. But you have time, a little bit of time. When measured in human terms, you have a very small period of time, barely even a single lifetime, to make corrections. 20 years is about 1/5 of a standard of your lifetimes here. You have 1/5 of a standard lifetime to get your will corrected and in the proper order that it might serve you well individually and collectively. But we cannot say too much more than what we've already said, that you are all participating. Even those of you that watch your things, your events going on around the world, and you say, oh, that is terrible, but you are creating and contributing. Your judgment is a form of creation and contribution. If you're going to judge, then judge righteously. I pray for the well-being of all those, that they see the light, that they find peace, compassion, and truth, that they remember the value of each their brothers and sisters. You may have a different judgment, and you may have a righteous judgment, and you will affect yourself quite immediately that way. But you will also add something wonderful to that possibility. But the harder you hit, the harder the hit will be. You will sow what you reap. This is the law. It is the law. It is the law of creation. And your will is the instrument through which you execute the function of creation and exercise its law into the existence of your experiences. Is that not wonderful? That your will manifests experiences of creation into your reality, individually and collectively. But there is always an effect to every cause, and a cause to every effect. And in any moment you think or speak or walk, you are in creation. You are enacting creation individually and collectively. So you're all in this together. And some of you have sat back and said, oh, we'll let them sort it out. That is an act of your will. But you cannot escape the overall effects of creation. None can escape the realm of creation because you are part of it. When we came to this one today, is simply to illustrate to you that what is occurring is a matter of choice and reason, good or not so good. That the craziness that you see is only necessary until you decide that is not needed anymore. That you might come to the place that you decide that love is more important than your cars and your homes, and that love is more important than being right. Love is more important than hurting another in order to feel good. Love is more important than gossip. But your time is very short. But there is still time. And that is the good news, that there's still time that you can shift your consciousness and contribute to the creative collectiveness to add to it in such ways that you could redirect it. A single one of you with the clarity of intention could literally steer the boat of human collective unconsciousness. But those of you that are in this creation are the ones that are responsible for it. We are simply observing with great interest, as we have in many other of your civilizations, many other humanoid beings that have lived upon this world, moved and breathed the air that you breathe now. Many have come and many have gone. Some have ascended, some have not. Some of you have carried forward from lost civilizations, reincarnating to try and get it right again. But your time in this world has limits. Your function of your consciousness is eternal. But you will not remember the lifetime you're in, but you have this lifetime where you can evaluate and articulate and change and transform yourself with the limited time that you have. So if you wish to enact violence upon another, then you shall reap that upon yourself. If you wish to enact kindness and compassion upon others, and you shall reap that for yourself. It is very simple. As you sow, you shall also reap. This is very simple. You can call it cause and effect. You can call it the law of creation. It does not matter what you call it. What you sow, you shall and will reap. And yet you can change what you are sowing and sow something very different. You can pull the seed of anger out of your words and put in the seed of patience and compassion. Therefore, this seed will not grow and the other one will. For every thought that you hold is a seed of creation. Every idea you hold in your mind is a function of creation. All of it. And you, beautiful souls, get to learn this in this time, this wonderful time of ascension. And the energies will be increasing, they will not be decreasing. And so a healthy, vital body, a clear and peaceful mind will be very beneficial for you. And if your mind is not peaceful, and it is disturbed and troubled, then find those who are at peace and learn from them. Find those that have overcome their troubles and learn from them. Learn to reclaim your divine authority over your mind, over your body, so that you can participate in a very different creation than the mind that you might have right now keeps you stuck in or trapped in. All functions of suffering can be overcome fairly easily. All functions of suffering can be overcome fairly easily when you understand the principles of your consciousness, your awareness, when you learn how to utilize your mind and body differently than the world has prepared your mind for you. Even great emotional turmoil can be brought to stillness in but a few moments. Turmoil can be brought to stillness in a few moments. Think about that. That you have it within your own being that you can still turmoil in a few moments. You can still it, make it quiet and peaceful. You can teach your mind stillness if you learn how to do that. But if you are with people who are also angry and upset and frustrated, it's going to be very difficult to learn stillness from those who are upset and angry and frustrated. You will not find peace where there is anger and frustration, but you can bring peace to where there is anger and frustration. You can bring peace there. But that must be an act of your free will in order for that to occur. And you'll know that when you come to peace, you will behave differently. Your body will behave differently. When you bring your mind and body to peace, they will be different. And this is what we had to say, that you want to understand why things are so crazy, because you're in this time of awakening. And these energies coming into this world are significantly powerful and potent. And you can affect creation much more rapidly than you've been able to in most of the last 2,000 years. And what will you choose? Now that you know it is an act of your will that you participate in the collective, but you also participate in your own experience of what you are experiencing. This is wonderful. This is truly wonderful opportunity for you. Yes. Hello, everybody. Welcome. For those of you just arriving here, that was a group I was channeling called the Divine Collective. They're a gathering of enlightened beings, most of whom are not in physical embodiments anymore, but there are various degrees of ascension, from being aware and committed and devoted to their divinity, to those who are actually in alignment with their divinity, to those that are actually living as the divine in their own consciousness, right? A very different one. Love is more important than fear. That's absolutely true. Question: ascension is a momentary thing, not a lengthy process. Process begets process. True? This is Wilderness asking this question. Yes, when you are dealing with the mind is a process. You are not a process, you are a being. You are a being. When you're in the state of being, then the mind is not in the way. But you must get your mind quiet to know that you are being. So what you are saying is true. That the moment of ascension is the moment the mind is still, then you are free. The moment the mind is still, you are free. Wow, I like that. Thank you so much. So if you're dealing with the mind, it is a process. Once you get the mind quiet, calm, and peaceful, it's a very different thing. Hello, everybody. Hi, Amanda. Good to have you with us today. Hi there. Hi. Thank you so much. I'm just seeing if we got any questions or considerations on TikTok. TikTok, I'm going to be seeing you guys tonight. I'm looking forward to it. We're going to have a long, slow discussion with Master Jesus, Archangel Michael, and a few others tonight. So keep that in mind. I'm just seeing we got questions here on TikTok. I can see we got a few questions on YouTube. What's tonight? I was just told that Master Jesus, Archangel Michael, and a few others wanted to spend some time with us on TikTok tonight, just to give people a chance to get their bearings. This time of ascension is really important. You're going to find your guides and your angels are going to be really directing you to like meditation, stillness, quiet. You need to realize that your mind has got you enslaved to it, right? You're not your mind. Yeah, when ascension happens, it's instant. Wonderful. 3 breaths. Would it be recorded tonight? Well, I don't know if it'll record. Yes, it will. If we go live on TikTok tonight, it will be recorded, and we can certainly experience that. I can download the recording and as clips and stuff and put it up for you guys if you're wondering. Bridget, hi, William. I started to rock back and forth during meditation. Is there a reason for this? Yes, there is. Pay attention to who's rocking. What is it leading you to? The motion of rocking means there's a movement towards something. To and fro, to and fro. From a practical physiological standpoint, conventional psychology and psychotherapy would call it self-soothing. But no, you're being given very specific vibrations. Don't get caught up in the sensation of the rocking, but get connected to the vibration that's felt that's causing the rocking. Feel the vibration that's causing the rocking. That will bring you closer to who is working with you in that energy. It's a great question, Bridget. Thank you for sharing that. Hi, Desiree. Desiree, what do I need to know now? Patience. You really need to understand patience right now. Go sit out in the sun with a good book. Somebody's telling me to tell you, go sit out in the sun with a good book. Somebody's saying for you to do that. Go sit out in the sun with a good book. And I'm looking forward, Desiree, to having you joining us on Masterclass 101 Awakening. Desiree and Nicole is one of our instructors in Masterclass 101 Awakening, which we are offering a one-time discounted rate for Masterclass 101 Awakening, because after this 101, the price for the 101 will go up to $499. The special this time is for $149. You go to my website, WilliamMichaelForbes.com. If you want to take advantage of joining Masterclass 101, which is a 3-week intensive program, there'll be 6 days of training for about an hour each and every day for 3 weeks, where you connect to your guides, your angels. You'll learn how to use divination tools. You're going to learn how to meditate. You're going to learn how to connect to different beings in your consciousness that can assist you and guide you in the process. The price for this Masterclass 101 Awakening is $149 US. You want to use the coupon code Solstice Awakening, because they told us to move it. We've never ever in 7 years, we've never changed a course date. We were told to change the course date from last Saturday to this coming Saturday, which is the Saturday solstice. They said the solstice energy has the most potent energy, and the people that come and join this particular course are in for an amazing, incredible journey, because there's going to be a different type of energy coming in. But it's the first time in 7 years they've ever told us to move a course from one day to another. So take advantage of this. Solstice Awakening is the coupon code for the discount if you want to get that from Masterclass 101 Awakening. Take full advantage of it. It's an amazing experience, and you can go to my website, check out the testimonials there of people who've taken the courses and how their lives have been changed. Do not waste any time. Learning to get your mind and your body into a position where they're your servants and not your masters is so important, especially right now. Most people are being run by their minds and bodies. Anyway, take advantage of that. Solstice Awakening, I don't know if it's case sensitive. If it is, the S and the A in solstice and awakening are uppercase. So Solstice Awakening, you can use that coupon code when you check out, and you'll get the discount for the Masterclass 101 Awakening. Take advantage of it now, because it will not ever be this price again. It's, again, they told us to do this. This is a one-time offer. After this 101, the price will be $499 US from that point forward. Yeah, take advantage. Hi, William. Do you have any advice for me right now? Hi, Irene. If I tune into your energy, Irene, just give me a moment. You need to comfort your fear. They're telling me to tell you, you need to sit with your fear and comfort it like you would a child. It's very important for you to sit with your fear and comfort it like you would a child. They're repeating that. Just tell her that again and again and again. So do that. Like, really spend time with that today. Hi, Pamela. With the energy changes, how will it affect my flight to California? Don't be too concerned about that. Your flight to California will be fine. It's not going to affect your flight at all. But you want to, while you're anywhere right now, anytime you can, take time to connect to the vibration of love, wherever you are. Like, wherever you are, you want to spend time connecting to the energy of love, not fear. The energy of love, not fear. Because that's gonna hook you into a whole different creative process. Hi. Hello, Iris. Have I released memory from trauma today and yesterday correctly? And do I have any left? If I tune into, I'm getting like I'm just hearing clear water. That's all I'm being told. Clear water. Does that mean, what's that mean? Does that mean, yeah, you're clearing the waters of your soul. The spirit of your soul is being cleared. You're doing it correctly. Remember, release, do not project. Somebody's telling me that to tell you to release it, don't project it. Right? There's a difference between releasing fear and projecting fear. You need to learn the difference. Hi, Lisa. Good to see you here. Hi, William. I've been experiencing this wavy sensation through my body every day. I'm older. Is this biological or spiritual? It's both. It's both. As you start to get closer to leaving the body, there'll be certain symptoms. But right now, these ascension energies are awakening people's soul. And sometimes you'll feel like you're not in the body, like you're on a boat moving around. That's because your soul is expanding. Identify with the space of the self around your body. Okay? Connect to the vibration of yourself as around the body, not as the body. And you'll notice a significant difference in your consciousness in connecting to the energy of the self as not the body, but as the energy around the body. Because the soul contains the body. The body does not contain the soul. Right? Remember that. Great question, by the way. You're welcome, Pamela. Hi. Here we are. Wonderful. I'm just checking here. Anyway, thank you for joining. So those of you that are on TikTok, I will be coming live around 7 p.m. tonight. We're going to spend some time together, and we're going to go deeply into some things with Archangel Michael and Master Jesus. So I hope you'll come and join me there. Let your friends and family know, and we'll go deeper into that tonight with them. Looking forward to it. Oh, you're very welcome, Desiree. You're very welcome. Yeah, a lot of people experience that. There's a man named Jamie Sams. He created a bunch of divination cards called medicine cards. And in medicine cards, look it up. Look up the meaning of heron in medicine cards, because he based a lot of his cards, his oracle cards, on native traditions. And in native traditions, they evaluate the characteristics of a specific animal that keeps showing up. It's often how they chose names for their children and for themselves. So look at the attributes of heron. Heron is extremely patient, very patient creature. So I'm getting for you that would be a very powerful thing to develop more of, is your patience. Hi. Anything I can do to connect to Jesus more? I've been creating closeness to him the last few days. Keep doing it. He's saying keep doing it. He says, I feel you reaching out to me. I'm reaching out to you. Remember, it's agreed. It's an agreement. It's not you're going to get. and he's going to give. It's an agreement of joining, right? But you're doing all the right things. Consciously connect. Remember, when you're connecting to Jesus, you're connecting to God. That's what you have to remember. Jesus was an individual that evolved his soul to his divinity. He ascended himself to Godhead. And so you're not just connecting to Jesus, you're connecting to God. Remember that. Remember that. Yeah. Anywho, I now have to go on a journey for a couple of hours, and then I got to come back and tighten a bunch of bolts on a dock and have a wonderful time doing that in our community. I want to say thank you, everybody, for coming out. Thank you for the gifts and the prizes and the things that you offer me on TikTok, and to all of you for supporting this channel. Remember, it's very important. These ascension energies are very strong. They will amplify what you hold in your heart, consciously or unconsciously. If you find yourself getting irritated, then you've got irritation in your heart, and it's being amplified by these incoming energies. And whatever humanity collectively is holding, harboring in itself, is being manifested as well, being amplified. Both the good and the not so good. That which is good will be amplified. That which is not so good will be amplified, because the energy does not make that type of discernment. So spend the day being in the vibration of love, to the best of your ability. And have good wishes for everybody. Even if you only do it in your own mind, just wish all those people in LA and the Ukraine and Russia, Israel, Iran, wish them well and blessings, and let God's reason, love, and light manage that situation, because God knows a significantly bit more than we do. But just have that consideration that God give his grace and his blessings to all these places for those that are ready and willing to receive that blessing. It is done. I want to wish you all much, much love. And I'll look forward to seeing you guys on TikTok tonight at 7 p.m. thereabouts. And everybody on YouTube, we'll talk to you guys on the Wednesday edition of Shortcuts to Soul. Remember, go to my website, take advantage of this one-time offer for Masterclass 101 Awakening, which is an intensive 3-week course in awakening, literally. And I'm going to wish you all a wonderful, joyful day. And I will look forward to seeing you guys on Wednesday and TikTok. I'll see you tonight. Bye for now.